Okay, here is my review on Captain America, and it's not going to be that of a long one because it's not like the movie was that long, and it's like there's stuff to talk about, but it's like, there's not stuff to talk about, and there might be some spoilers or whatever, but that's neither here or there. I waited on this for about a week, so if you didn't see the movie, I don't know what to tell you. If you did see the movie, then yay. But we'll start off with what I liked about the movie. I did like how they started, like they didn't do the little flippy page book thingy like they do with Marvel when you start out. Stop! When they say Marvel Studios, blah, 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 it was like, it was serious in black and white. I was fine with that. I didn't care. I thought it was different. Like, okay, cool. Like, it is what it is. A lot of people didn't like that. Who cares? Whatever. Started out fine. The fight scenes were okay. I guess I did say what I liked about it. I like the banter between Falcon and Captain America. I like that there is a new Falcon, and I like that he's very playful and everything. I think that was perfectly fine. Like, he was fine. He was funny. He was more for millennials and these Gen Zers or whatever they are. Like, okay, yeah, you're cool. It's fine. Anthony Mackie. I thought Anthony Mackie did a great job, to be completely honest with you. I loved him in Pain and Gain. That's one of my favorite movies. I think that movie's hilarious. And I thought he was good in that. And he's good in this. So I'm like, oh, okay. Like, you're good. Like, you're fine. What else did I like about it? Maybe I should have wrote down what else I liked about it. I mean, it was fine. I mean, all right, it was fine. It was, honestly, Captain America Brave New World was a mediocre Captain America movie. And that's coming off of, Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Civil War. Okay? Civil War is one of my favorites. I love Winter Soldier as well. Those two, I love both those movies. Those movies were amazing. And the action and everything was just fantastic. Brave New World was mediocre to me. It was missing something. It was missing something. And I just feel like it was just missing that oomph. It was just missing that, like, oh my gosh, yes, this is Captain America, like, this is so good, like, oh my gosh, did you see that? It was missing that, and, you could just tell that there was just reshoots, and I'm just sitting there while I'm watching it, I'm just like, dang. You can just tell they reshot that. And I'm just sitting here like, I mean, why? It makes me curious now, like, what the other scenes were before the reshoots, because it's like, dang, you reshot that. Dang, you reshot that. Dang, it's obvious you reshot that. I mean, it was just obvious. Personally, to me, if it wasn't obvious, I think I would have had a little better, more time with it. It's cool. The fights were okay. Like, I'm not comparing it to the other Captain America movies or even any other Marvel movies, but those of you who watch Marvel, you understand what I'm talking about when it comes to the fights and all that type of stuff and everything. Like, that oomph that you need. Like, it was cool. Now, I'm not anal about, no, I'm not gonna lie, I'm low-key anal about it. But when there's fight scenes, I don't want to see your cut, punch, cut, kick, cut. No. Can we just do one shot? I love one shots. I'm not gonna lie. One shots are like my favorite. And I know that a lot of things can't be one shots. But it's like, come on. Like, you guys are cutting way too much. Way too much. Way too much. I really like that. is his name, what's his name? The one that was, I don't want to say his name wrong, John Esposito. I don't even think that's his freaking name, and correct me if I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong. His character was just there. Like, to be honest, in the trailer, I hate people. But like I was saying, like in the trailer, it made you think that he was going to be some big bad, like, oh, this is our bad guy. That's cool, because you know he was in, that wasn't his name. Anyways, he was in The Boys, and he was a bad guy in The Boys, you know, and so I was thinking he was going to have some big role and all that stuff and everything, and he really did. It was just, I'm not going to say it was one and done, but it was kind of just like, oh, okay, I guess that's cool. And then I feel like we're just putting a lot of things into the movie from different movies. So if you've never seen The Incredible Hulk, you gonna be confused, low-key. If you've never seen Eternals or low-key any Marvel movie, you're gonna be confused on why this big old hand and head is in this freaking island and everything. You're just gonna be confused. Sorry. There's that. And then I feel like we just made up conflict. Like, I get why we had this conflict because of what they're trying to mine and trying to, you know, do with this treaty and all that stuff. Like, I get that point. But it's like, okay, we went from vibranium to this. Okay, so is this going to play a part in everything else, or are we just going to talk about it in this? Because you all know in the post-credit scenes that we were having, like the ones with the Shang-Chi post-credit scene, none of that was explained. Like the freaking Eternals, which was a terrible movie, like that end credit scene. What are we doing? And the fact, now this is a spoiler, so skip past this part. The fact that Harrison Ford's character asked Anthony Mackie's character to form the Avengers, and he wants him to restart the Avengers. Okay, but what do you have coming out this year that's going to help build the Avengers? So are Thunderbolts going to be the Avengers? The Fantastic Four? What else is coming out this year, movie-wise, besides that? Like, the rest are shows. So, are you going to put Daredevil as an Avenger? Are you going to put Spider-Man because we had the My Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man come out? Like, I guess my whole thing is like, where is the build up? Because y'all, next year, May 2026, we're getting Avengers Doomsday. So they're saying by that time, we are going to have an Avengers team. How? Like, if y'all can explain to me how, I'm cool. But you can't. So now it's like, okay, so we have Doctor Doom coming. And we already know who that is. Okay. But how is Anthony Mackie supposed to form the Avengers unless if he's going to make a cameo in Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four? Now, I'm curious on how they're going to, you know, introduce Doom. Is he going to be in Fantastic Four? Because y'all set up stuff in Captain America to try to set up things, but it didn't set up anything, in my opinion. It didn't set up anything, because I have questions. Okay? Who's going to be the fucking Avengers? I'm not saying it needs to be like, you know, I'm not saying like, oh my gosh, it needs to be like Infinity War, Endgame, whatever. All I'm saying is, this is the third Avengers movie. You want Anthony Mackie, who's Captain America, to form the Avengers. How? Who? Are we just going to take people from the shows? And then it's like, in Captain America, like, the fight scenes were cool, I guess. And then you had the one character who was held captive in the prison, whatever, to help the president because he's dying. And he kept him there and said, oh, I'll release you if you do this. Okay, obviously that was a lie because we all know. Government lies. And first of all, why he look like that? Why he look like that? I looked up the way he looked in the comic book and I was like, oh, okay. But the way they had him look in this movie, I'm just like, you just look like your brain was broiled. And they try to put skin grafts in it and they try to clean it up and it just looks pussy and looks like it smells bad. Like, I don't get that at all. That character, I guess, was fine, and I guess he was doing like other stuff that it was random. It was random. I'm not gonna lie. The green dude was random as F. Granted, I've only seen the Incredible Hulk one time, so he was probably in that. Whatever. Like I said, if you didn't see the Incredible Hulk or the others, you're probably gonna be confused. I was probably confused. Either way, you barely saw that character, and when you did, he would just be snickering and then say his little monologues, and he would go away, which was fine, whatever. I don't know. And then the CG. Now, we saw the CG in the trailer. We saw the CG in the trailer, and I was like, that doesn't look good at all. That doesn't look good at all. And they didn't fix it, because it still didn't look good, in my opinion. I was just like, okay. And then, but I did think it was cool, like, when he was turning into the Red Hulk and everything, and he was getting mad, and then they had their fight at the White House and all that was happening. I thought that was cool. But then you transition to the cherry blossoms. I don't know. I feel like the sets and everything were fine until like certain parts. Like the green screen when we were fighting at the Celestial Island and everything and all that type of stuff could have been better. Like I said, obviously they reshot a lot of things. Whatever. It could have been better. When we go from fighting to the White House to the cherry blossoms, it just seemed out of place, only because for me, I feel like Captain America is more darker, like with the lighting and all that type of stuff. Like looking back on Civil War and Winter Soldier, there was lighting, but it was just like normal lighting. It wasn't all bright, like, oh, we're supposed to be having a good time right here, but we're fighting. No, like, I get why they did the cherry blossoms for the symbolism to try to get him to remember who he was, but it was just too bright. It was too pink, and it didn't sit well for me with the whole fight and everything. Whatever. I also think they should not have shown us the Red Hulk in the trailer. That should have been a surprise, personally, because I'm not gonna lie, I was waiting. I was like, okay, is he gonna like, are we gonna see him starting to transform and everything and do all that type of stuff? Like, are we gonna see that? Like, him getting angry and, you know, he might start turning red and getting a little bigger? No. You literally get him being, this is a spoiler, you end up getting him being Red Hulk the last 15 minutes of the movie. And personally, if they never showed that in the trailer, that would have been like, oh my God, that would have been hype. Honestly, I think that would have probably hyped this up more. You know, like, I'm going to wrap this up. Personally, it was a mediocre Captain America movie, and I wanted to go home and watch Winter Soldier and Civil War because this Captain America was missing something. He was missing something. It was missing something. It was mediocre. It's not a bad movie. I'm not saying it's a bad movie at all. If you love Marvel and you have gone to theaters to see every single Marvel movie, then go to the theaters to see it, obviously. But if you're just going like, oh, I'm tagging along with my girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, then you're doing that. But honestly, if you want to wait, you can wait for Disney Plus. Or see it matinee, Tuesday, whatever the cheap movie thing is. I wasn't even excited about this. I was just like, I really hope this is really good. I had no expectations going into it at all because I didn't know what to expect. I was just wanting this to be really good because this is the first thing we have gotten this year for Marvel, and our next thing, if we're talking about movie wise and not show wise, is Thunderbolts. I'm not expecting anything from Thunderbolts. I just think it's going to be a good time. That's honestly it. My final thoughts, they shouldn't have showed the Red Hulk in the trailer. This was missing something. I honestly do not care about no controversy. I don't care about none of that because it has nothing to do with me. And I just want Marvel to be good again. Like I said, I'm not saying, oh my gosh, it needs to be like the Infinity War saga. No, because first of all, ain't nothing going to be as great as Infinity War because that was top tier. Top tier because the villain won. Simple as that. Go see the movie if you want to go see the movie. If you're going on a date, you want to have a good time, just go see the movie. It's mediocre at best. Like, I give it a 6 out of 10. I give it a 6 out of 10, and I give it, like, my type of rating. Like, I mean, I guess it was okay. I guess it was okay. It was fine. It was fine. I will say, if you want something that's a fresh breath of air, watch is it My Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man? I think that's the name of it. I'm loving that, and I will actually have a review on that when I finish the last 3 episodes. I'll probably do it 3 and 3 and 3 because they were releasing them in 3 and 3 and 3. And then Daredevil's coming out soon. But as far as Captain America, if you are an actual Marvel fan, even if you read the comics or don't read the comics, but you've seen all the movies and you enjoy them, go see the movie. I'm sure you'll have a good time. I'm not gonna lie, I was bored at some parts, but I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Still mediocre, but it's not a bad movie. Eternals was a bad movie. Yeah, that was a bad movie. Okay? It's not like that. It's mediocre. But yeah. That's all I really have to say about it. Go see it. If not, wait until Disney Plus. But yeah.